Guys, so Brandon has made a new channel project, and he did mention on one of my videos. He asked, "Am I going to make a video based on his new project?" And I am, but it's like it's not really the main point, if you know what I mean, of this video. The main point is there was a guy yesterday called Brennan. I think he sounded like he was from the US, judging by his accent, and this comes down to the question, distance runners are beta males. Now this guy, Brennan, he kind of does seem a bit of a beta, personality wise. Okay, now obviously as a runner, he's around 15:44 for the 5K at altitude at 15 years old. Alright, that's just insane. So he, as a distance runner, this guy is very alpha. But if you were to talk to him, you wouldn't think, you think he's just a beta. Do you know what I mean? Like a gamer, a guy who plays video games all day. And I don't know. It's a bit of a harsh one, really. And it is something that angers me. I feel like we're stereotyped as being like wimps or something. I do believe I got a bit of that in my area in Carrickmines where I used to live. I moved out 6 months ago. I got a lot of negative attention for being a runner, weird stares, angry looks, and I just feel as if people thought like, oh, running's for wimps. You're scrawny. You're just running endless smiles. Why don't you do something a bit more exciting, like play rugby or soccer or GAA? I think they're like the three main sports in Ireland: GAA, rugby, and soccer. GAA is split into Gaelic football and Gaelic hurling. Okay, so yeah, that's the one thing I'm not happy about. I think we're very misunderstood group of people. People probably listen to say Seb Coe on old news on old interviews. Maybe they listen to guys like Mo Farah, Cheptegei, Inga Brixton, and they just think, oh, running's an easy sport. Look how wimpy those guys are. I could do better than that. And then they couldn't run 25 minutes for a 5K. So yeah, I feel like it's a very unfair stereotype because it's not an easy sport. All right, it's just that we have a different type of personality than most sports. I think distance runners. I don't even think we're really betas, are we? I think it's very harsh stereotype. Yeah, I can see why people might think that. But I think you know. I read somewhere we're more Omega. Omega is the type of guy who isn't part of the pack. He's a bit of a loner, kind of makes his own rules. That's the way I was when I started running at 14. Didn't have a lot of friends. Was a bit of a loner. I hated playing by the rules. Rules pissed me off. All right, I loved going out to the forest and having no humans around me. And if I was out, if I was out in say a park or some field in the middle of a housing estate, and then I saw some other people walking by, I'd be like, oh shit, fuck, other human beings. Damn, I have to get out of here and go somewhere else. That's the way I was. Okay, so like I feel like maybe we don't have social confidence because we just avoid social situations. Do you know what I mean? It's not because we're afraid. It's just like we feel uncomfortable with it. If you know what I mean, we feel uncomfortable in social situations. If you know what I mean. So, yeah, so you might have poor social skills because you're not developing your social skills. All right, I was diagnosed with Asperger's when I was 10. All right, so I think maybe I had a bit of a condition, but I feel like my environment had an impact. All right, so I grew up in a very unfriendly street, very unfriendly road. Never knew any of my neighbors. I was a bit of a loner. I didn't have much opportunities to interact with people outside of school. Like remember on the weekends, yeah, like I used to do I used to do like extracurricular sports at school on the Saturday morning. But for the most part, on the weekends I was alone, and the holidays I was alone. So all these different factors played a role. Do you know what I mean? So look, I think um, you know, what do I say from here? So look, fair play to Brennan. Yeah, I do think personality wise, you can come across as being a bit of a beta to me. That's just me being honest. Nothing against that. I was like that when I was your age. Okay. So 15:44, very fast 5K time at altitude, 8,000 feet of altitude, man. Like I'm 23. Like my 2 years ago when I was 21, my track PB was 15:43. I ran that on the track in Belfast, St Mary Peters, and I think that was close to sea level. Yeah, I think that was pretty close to sea level. So yeah, like at 21, my 5K PB was 1 second faster than yours. I did that at sea level. You did it at altitude. You were 15. I was 21. Now I did manage. Now a few months after, I did towards the end of 2018, I did manage to run a 15:18 5K on the road. But still, Brennan is just, a freak of nature. People who don't know, who don't understand runners, will probably look at you and think, oh, he's not very good. He's not an athlete at all. So that's just, yeah, it's a harsh stereotype. And, look, I did get comments on this. On my YouTube channel, they say like the distance runners are the real alphas because like human beings, we're best at running long distances. All right, no other animal can match us over a long distance, but when it comes to sprints, we're useless. We get beaten by the rabbits. When it comes to strength, power, how much can you lift? The gorilla would probably lift up all the way to the gym, like bicep curl like that. Like, hey guys, how's it going? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think in some ways we do come across as being beta, but I think in reality, I think we're actually very alpha, if you know what I mean.